Monday morning.
All right, here we are again with the Color Commentary crew, where we give you views from a different side. Today we'll be reviewing the great new movie, Don't Let Go. Can't wait to talk to you about it. Of course, this is Rashad, owner and founder of Block Band Music and Publishing, a company that gives you music and instruments for marching bands all across the nation. And my compadre.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Chuck Taylor here. Color, but can't face party easy. Yeah, this movie is I don't know. It's different for me. I do want to support black movies, but sometimes I don't want to support.
Right,
And
not by paying.
Hey, I'm getting props right
now. Before we get started, guys, we're going to ask you to please subscribe and hit that little bell. And as we always say, you got to subscribe to survive. Let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to start with our non-spoiler review of Don't Let Go. What do you think about this movie, sir?
Well, first of all, I think I need to get a headset. This is getting kind of
Bluetooth.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me upgrade my phone real quick.
All right, Chuck is upgrading over there. See what he got.
Yeah, I can't hold on. Get the headset and go from there. But yeah, it was an interesting movie. You know, I don't know the actor's name. I know I've seen him in a few different movies. He played, I think, Martin Luther King in Selma. It's the biggest thing I really remember seeing him in. But I thought they did a good job. The story was a little confusing. It took a little time to really get started, and once it got going, I felt that I kind of could understand what was happening, because it was going to so many loops, and then like something happened so quickly, and then you're like right at the I guess the whole premise of the movie with the phone calls. Mm-hmm. So like trying to just figure that part out was a little like, okay, well, I didn't really understand everything, but it's not a bad movie. I'm still intrigued to figure out the rest of the story. So I enjoyed watching it. It had some good suspense in it. The pace of the movie was pretty decent. It wasn't too long or too short. I thought all the actors, the two main actors, I thought like they both did a really good job with just I don't know, showing their emotion on the phone, like hearing their conversations on the phone and like not seeing their face. Like the little girl, like she was like calm, and then like when her uncle was asking like little weird questions, she was like why are you asking me that, Uncle such and such? And then why do I need to do this? And kind of just seeing the whole thing wrap around. I still don't understand it. It kind of gave me a little bit of the butterfly effect, but just it doesn't explain how any of this is happening. It just happened because I guess he prayed at a. Yeah. He prayed, I guess, maybe. I don't know how this happened, but yeah. So, if you don't really care about knowing all the facts, I think it's a decent watch. It's just not a great watch. It does have some good twists in it. At the end, the kind of that you might not see coming with the villain of the movie. Find out who is the actual person of interest, person that did all this. But other than that, I think it's a good. I think as we have more movies like this, like I guess the story being so more like a sci-fi type of a Twilight Zone type of thing. We don't really have a lot of black movies like that. So being that it doesn't have a big genre with the black community, I thought it did pretty well. It's like
the last time we had something like that, we had two best friends passing out on the couch. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't need none of the video game loving anymore. It did remind me of the other that Netflix movie with the time machine. What was the one we did? That's my favorite brother. From
it was kind of like that.
Kind of like that. Like she was trying to figure out how to save that person. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of that one. I'm not sure if it was.
Wait a second. I was about to say, I'm trying to remember what the name of the movie is. I was about to say "See You Next Tuesday," but I don't know if you know, but "See You Next Tuesday" is a very bad thing to say. See you yesterday. That's what it's called.
See you yesterday. I'm trying to think of anything else I might have been left out. I think other than that, I think you just, go support it, go, check it out. I think as long as we get more of these type of movies, I thought the movie was done well, but it just had some plot holes in it that was kind of hard to watch it all the way through without trying to figure out, well, how did that happen? It's like you just want some reasoning behind something. So if they give you some reasoning, I think it may have made me like it more. But other than that, I think everybody should kind of check it out, see how they feel about it, just to see if, hey, I might be off. It may be the best movie most people have ever seen. I think I actually seen a couple people give reviews on it that liked it, and I had other people that didn't like it. So, we don't, each is his own with this movie. So definitely go check it out yourself. What about you?
Mm-hmm.
You're not listening to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. Oh, you were breaking up. I missed like everything that you said.
Missed everything. Okay, I didn't say nothing important. Just that your life is going to end tomorrow, and
Oh, okay, okay. Well, then I'll see you next Tuesday. So, I would disagree heavily with that. Actually, I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't really have it. There was a couple things with the plot. Really, mainly just one thing with the plot I had an issue with. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Maybe it's because I followed along and was paying attention. I will say this: I knew going into this movie that I was going to go to sleep. So we just talked about that in Chapter 2.
You said you knew in this movie you were going to go to sleep?
Yeah, I knew I was because I was tired. I was tired, bro. I picked up some Skittles and I snuck in a soda. And I bought some popcorn while I was there because I needed something to constantly munch on. But I was exhausted. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting through this movie without going to sleep at some point. But I made it all the way through the movie. I never dozed not one time because it was interesting. It was a good length of movie. Just when I thought the movie was ending, it did more. I was like, oh, because I was like, that's kind of short. And then it kept going. I was like, oh, okay. All right. And it started to get good. I'm like, I'm really into this movie. So I do agree, though, that some people may not follow as well. If you don't follow what's happening, you might not enjoy it. If you're able to follow and can keep up with what's happening and all the little twists, I think you will enjoy it. So I would recommend it. I think more people should see it. I was just talking about during our little break here that it's kind of like Captive State to me, where it's another good movie that I don't think a lot of people saw. And that's unfortunate because I think more people should see it. You saw that, didn't you?
I saw it. I said you thought it was good.
Yeah, I like Captive State.
It was like, I don't say good. I think we might be giving the black thumbs up card a little too easily.
You just you just only want to see the Marvel movies and that's it.
No, it's not it. It has. I guess the main thing is that it can be good, but I'm still gonna grade it hard if I'm not entertained like throughout the whole movie. Like I find myself going off and thinking of other stuff and not following the movie, then that's part of the movie's problem with not conveying me and convincing me to watch it.
So I think that's the difference in what we enjoy in movies. Like with me, like a lot of times, like when we're watching a movie, like I'd be like, so and so's the bad guy. Like at the beginning of the movie. Because I've seen so many movies that, I figure them out really quickly. So I like movies where there's a little suspense to it and you have to really pay attention in order to follow what's happening. And this is definitely that. Like you really need to pay attention in order to see what's happening. So I think that's maybe just a difference in the type of movie that we like more so than the movie lacking in quality. How about that? Would you agree to that?
No.
Okay, anyway, so it's time to get into the spoiler review. So, of course, everybody that's watching, we always denote the spoiler review by saying Spoiler, spoiler,
Spoiler,
spoiler.
spoiler,
Spoiler, spoiler,
spoiler,
spoiler.
spoiler, spoiler,
Spoiler, spoiler,
spoiler,
spoiler.
spoiler, spoiler,
Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
spoiler.
I can't be swiping because this phone is cracked up. I'm gonna scratch myself to death.
Like, she gonna scratch your finger all up.
You know?
Yeah, Nokia, Nokia phone, and smashed all up.
All right, so what do you have to say about the spoiler review for this movie, Don't Let Go?
Okay, well, I guess spoiler review side, things that I enjoyed about the movie was how quickly, I guess it wasted no time with the tragedy. So even though you didn't get a lot of time to really get to know the people, like the way they died was like, oh wow, what the heck happened to these people? Because this is like some cold-blooded murder. Like this ain't like no drive-by shooting type thing. This is like execution style type of stuff going on with this whole family. So that makes you like, what the heck was the daddy into? I'm like, so they come in here and just straight up, mafia style this family really quick. I'm like, okay, well that's and then he ends up finding them because he hears her message. I know he felt pretty bad because maybe if he would have answered a call, or he did pick it up, but didn't she hang up when he called, or did he just check his message when she first called him?
Yeah, he didn't answer the first time, and then he called right back, and the phone was disconnected.
Oh, dang. Okay. And so did he hear a message, a recording of her talking, and then that's what made him go over there? Or was that later in the movie? Man, I got mixed up.
No, he just went over there because he's getting a call from a number that he shouldn't be getting a call from. So remember, he went over to the station in order to find the phone. They said the phone, was never, it should have been tagged to bag, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. So that's why he went to the house. So you missed all the details. So that's why you should have gone to the
beginning of the movie, like
you
the first 5 minutes.
The kids to sleep and not paying attention to the movie.
5 minutes. The first 5 minutes of the movie, she calls him.
Right.
During that, does he not pick up the phone?
Are you talking about when he's alive?
Yes, when they're alive.
I mean, when she's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He didn't. Yeah, he heard the message.
He heard the message, right? That's what I was like. See, you need to follow. You like to follow along in movies, but not with people.
I'm just ready to go off.
You're not listening. You're not listening to me on this phone call. Anyway. Do I need to just start texting you? That was the one problem. Nobody texts on this whole movie. Everybody just called people, which was weird. No, usually everybody texts around, so it's like a little girl just calling all the time. Weird,
that makes sense.
So let's talk about that. But also going back into that, I like how it got right into the gritty stuff to kind of make you wonder, oh, what the heck just happened? The only the part that kind of threw me off the next thing was just right when the phone call started. Like when that whole thing happened, it was like it didn't really give you a reason why it was happening. It didn't. Nothing, like it just happened. And it was like somebody just died, and then I just started getting the phone calls.
He prayed. He prayed to God. I mean, what other reason did you want?
I guess in a movie when people just pray, I wish I could if that was the case, was he? Well, where's the Punisher at? I'm sure he prayed to God. His family got murdered too. Like how many people got destroyed? And there's like a movie that they have to go get. Revenge for something tragic has happened. But this one's like, okay, I prayed and now I can actually talk to the person in the future. Like my phone is now a time machine. It's like,
but he was specific.
I'm sorry. Huh?
He was specific. You need, come on, bro. It's called suspension of disbelief. All these movies that we watch that don't have no reason for people to be doing stuff. Why did Bruce Banner get struck by gamma radiation and turn into the Hulk?
But those are movies you go, this is just regular people. So that was, I'm telling you my point of view. One thing that threw me off of the movie, because it's just regular stuff happening. Nothing magical, nothing special happened. It's just, I prayed at a funeral, and then now I'm talking to my niece 2 weeks in the past.
Bruh, because he's got Android and not iPhone. That's when you got Android, that's what you do.
maybe so. So that was one thing. I wish they would have had something that kind of just even what was that movie when the girl kept dying over and over?
Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you found out in the sequel why it happened.
Well, I'm saying on the first one, you least thought it was a part of the mom's little thing, her special trinket or whatever she had, her book. What was that thing that her mom had that she finds out at the end that she thinks that if she stops, anyways, go back and look at that review, people.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that. You talking about Happy Death Day to You?
yeah, the first one, not the second one.
The mom had a book?
And she had some type of jewelry or something that was important to her that she had to find, and that's what stopped the whole thing. But then you find out on the second one that wasn't it. But you kind of get an idea, like, okay, well, this was the reason for it happening. So it kind of makes you understand, hey, maybe it was something magical about that started the whole process. But
Bro,
yeah.
you just be hating on the black movies. Let's just get
I'm
down
not
to
hating
it.
on the black movie. I'm trying to get to my point. You want me to explain everything. I'm gonna hang the phone up.
Captain America is beating people with a frisbee, okay? He's not getting shot at all. Come on. Go ahead.
Back to the point. I'm about to cut all this out. But back to the point. We kind of forget. Yeah, once all that kind of got settled, and it got to just him talking to his niece on the phone, I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed her trying to like spray paint the wall. I was like, oh, junk, the wall is spray painted, so everything that she was doing, he could see it. It was just like 2 weeks later, so I enjoyed that part of the movie. I thought that was really, really entertaining, and trying to figure out how he was going to get her to, not die was like, okay.
Right.
It was really funny when he was like, she was like, how I'm just gonna come to your house? I'm outside the house. I'm like, no, don't go to my house. He was like, don't go there. You can watch my house. I'm like, because then when she did go to the house, the him from 2 weeks ago, he was like, what you talking about? Come in the house. Right. He was like, you crazy, go girl.
Right.
So I enjoy because I was wondering, like, is he like know what he's doing in the past? Like, I was like, it's his self not knowing anything. When it's in the past, I was always kind of wondering that. So I'm glad they brought that to our attention in the movie. Now I don't know what happens to when he actually changes stuff. When I saw him shaking and looked like he was having a panic attack. Was that like stuff changing in the future? Like the date and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, by making the changes that she did, that ended up changing the future. So he ended up like he was dying, and then when he woke up, he was in like the car, which was awesome. I love that. Like he woke up in the car and pulled his gun out. And the other dude pulled his gun out. Why we got our gun out? Yeah, but that's what happened. She ended up changing time.
So that's kind of what I was getting at with, like, you have to follow everything about this movie, because if you glimpse away, you look down at your phone, you have a thought in your head, you may miss something like that's supposed to tie in the whole movie. So it's kind of, sometimes it makes it like, okay, this movie is hard to follow unless you pay attention to every single detail and just look at it. So if you're into those type of movies, maybe a great one for you. In my opinion, it was okay. I didn't necessarily think it needed to come out in theaters, but I'm glad it did. It probably would make more money if it came on Netflix, because then more people would probably just watched it, like they do a lot of the movies. So to me, I think with some of these movies, even black movies or whatever race they are, if they know they're not going to do a really good box office, just come out on some of these other services. A lot of people won't go to the movies to support this movie, but it probably be really big on Netflix. Like, people probably like, oh man, did y'all see Don't Let Go? I like it. Kind of probably would have, people would have started binging it and watching it all over the place and just talking about it. But it's out in the movie theater with it and other little movies that people might just want to go spend $13 to go watch, and eat popcorn and stuff. So I think with today's landscape of how you can get videos out, think of the best way to get your genre movies out. Don't just go the traditional way of going to a theater. Look at some of these Netflix, Hulu's, Prime, some of these other shows. Millions of people still watch it that way too. So, but go ahead. I have to cut like half mine out.
It's good conversation. Don't cut that out. First of all, I want to say that I 100% agree with that last thing that you said. Now, that's the only thing I 100% agree with. But really, yeah, you're right. If this movie had been on Netflix, I think it would have been like a best kept secret. Like, I think it would have been, not a best kept secret, it's a best kept secret now. It would have been something that maybe somebody found and like, wow, this is a good movie. And then told other people about it, and it kind of went viral. Like that's the same thing that happened with When They See Us. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare for this movie coming out. I remember seeing some things, but it wasn't huge. They don't have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars like they do to advertise a movie that's in the theaters. But I mean, it took over the internet. You know, so I think this movie could have done something similar. So I think you're right. When you go into it nowadays, if you know that you're not going to put the money into the marketing in order to bring people to the theater, and the movie's going to make a lot of money, then go to Netflix and you could make a killing that way, you know? So you're right about that. I ain't even thought about it like that. For this movie, I really liked the story. The movie almost immediately jumped into the main conflict. Like it didn't delay. It's like people died pretty quickly. You know, and I love that. You know, like you got into the story really quick. I love when the history got changed and he woke up in the car pulling his gun out on everybody. His friend was like, "Why we put our guns out?" But I like the fact that his friend pulled the gun out too. It kind of showed the trust that they had between each other, or so thought. You know, I thought the little girl Ashley, I thought she did a great job in her role. Really, like the first half of the movie after she dies, you don't see her at all. Like the only thing you do is hear her voice. So I think right around the time that time changed, now she is like reintroduced into the story, and you get the chance to see her reactions and things like that. And I thought that was really good. I thought she did a great job playing her role. And I like that she didn't do a bunch of stupid little kid stuff. You know, like you see a lot of movies, you're like, bro, why did you do that? Like everything she did, like pretty much made sense.
How old was she on this movie?
What you say?
How old was she on this movie?
I would say she was 13.
13? Like, I mean, she was alone. She's a lonely 13-year-old. Like, she don't go hang out with no friends. She just ride her bike in the middle of the night in the city and talk to her uncle on the phone. That's a little weird.
That's because there's no people in this city. Okay, that's a problem that I have with this movie. There's nobody in this city.
There's nobody. It's like, they shot this movie. It's like, hey, nobody, y'all stay out the scene. We're not paying for extra here.
No.
In the budget.
They didn't pay for extra nothing. But yeah, she did do a lot of dumb little girl things, like or little kid things. Like when she went to the factory to try to escape, it made sense what she did. When she was running away from the other guy, it made sense. Although to me, it would have made more sense to her to stay out in the open, more so than like kind of go in closed, confined areas. And maybe it made sense more to run sometimes instead of trying to get your bike. You know.
I'm like, I don't know if I would have kept that bike. Like that first snag, I would have like, forget the bike. I'm off. Just running. Right. Like, you ain't gonna track me down with a bike. I just have my book bag and I'm gonna just run through whatever I'm running through and I'm out.
Exactly. And I would be yelling. You know what I'm saying?
But I guess you find out is like, if it's cops doing it, I mean, what can you helping? They're gonna kill you anyway and then plant some drugs on you.
Right. Let me see here. Even when she like went to the subway, like she followed what he said. She went out there. But what 13-year-old would actually get on the subway and just go somewhere? He's like, I don't care if you go to the beach. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do after I get to the beach? Like, it made sense for her to go back home. Like, she at least did it. She didn't like go straight home. Like, okay, go to the beach no matter what. Okay, and then she went home. Like, she actually thought about going away. So, and I really liked Bobby as the bad guy, and I really liked how they did the parallel scenes with him, like in the future and the past, and he was kind of saying like similar stuff. Like that was cool. That was well done. I didn't have a whole lot of dislikes. I had 4. But most of them are nitpicks. The first nitpick is like, okay, I know the budget for this movie is not that big, but like we said, there's nobody in this city. It's like nobody. Like the only people in the whole city are at the restaurant. It's like 6 people there. They're at the police station, and they're outside of the house where dude gets shot. Other than that, there is nobody driving. There's no cars on the street. There's nobody walking. There's nobody sitting. Nowhere. She just running, riding the bike, nothing, nobody. Like she's in the wilderness.
I'm I'm like, these people don't care about their kids. Like, kids get snatched up all the time. That's the girls. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't let my kid go nowhere by themselves. I don't care how old they get. When they grown, then they can go someplace. I'll be checking in on them. Just be driving riding around on a bike. Sorry, not happening. I don't care if it's California, New York, wherever you at.
And even then, like you said, they probably would be with their friends or something. Yeah.
She had no friends.
Yeah, no friends. Just Uncle Jack. That's the only friend. My second thing was like the main character Jack. Like he was like Wolverine, like at the end, and that was kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like when he first got shot, and he was struggling, and he basically died. Like okay, that made sense. But then he got shot again, like in the same place, and he's like, "Oh, I stopped the bleeding."
Yeah.
You stopped the bleeding.
You got a whole bullet in you, bro. Push that bullet out like Wolverine, and I'm good. I'm good to go.
But look, he got shot again. Dude shot him in the chest, like in the chest. Like okay, when you get shot in the chest, you die. He was still alive. Like what? What? Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that. They should have changed that up. And okay, my this thing was bigger, and this is kind of agrees with you. The chief of police getting shot, that didn't make sense. That was poor writing to me because everything was pointing to the chief being in on it. Like, why are they going to this abandoned place behind this fence and locking the fence? Why is the chief kind of acting weird? Like everything made it seem like the chief was in on it. Then he puts on the yellow hat that Ashley told him about, and then all of a sudden Bobby kills him. It's like, oh, he was clean. No, y'all wrote yourselves into a corner and couldn't figure out how to get out of it. So you just told us, oh, he was clean. Nah, that was kind of that's bad writing right there. That didn't make sense. The chief should have been a bad guy, and Bobby should have shot him over something else. But just to shoot him and say, oh, he was clean, that was dumb. And then the last thing, and this is just a nitpick, the title of the movie doesn't make sense, really. It doesn't relate to anything. Like, don't let go.
Don't let go.
Don't let go of what?
Don't hang up.
Don't let go of your phone? Don't hang up. That's what it should have been called. There you go. Don't hang up. That's all it had to be. That's all it had to be called. All he had to say is, at the beginning of the movie, he was, acting all weird because he didn't believe it was her or was shocked. And then she said, okay, Uncle, I'm about to hang up. And he could have said, wait, don't hang up. Boom. Yeah, and that's the movie.
Look at that. We done fixed the movie. It's perfect.
Fixed the movie. The phrase, save me, save you comes up like a few times, like in the movie. Like that's the name of the song the dad writes. And then that's what she says to him at the end. Like, I saved you to save me. But I guess they couldn't name it that because that kind of would have gave away the plot a little bit. So. But anyway, I guess we'll have to let you guys make a decision for yourselves. Chuck didn't like it. I thought it was a really good movie.
I did not say I didn't like it. I said it was okay. I said I didn't like. I just didn't like that they explained certain things. So don't be throwing words in my mouth, sir.
Right.
I didn't like it. I had a black community come after me because they say I don't like no black movies. I just didn't. I thought it was okay. It was all right. It had some parts, some plot holes that got me thinking it wasn't as great as it should have.
Well, I think you should see it. If you like what we did here, make sure you give us a like, leave a comment, and let's talk about who's right here. Is Rashad right? Is Chuck right? Or maybe neither one of us is right. That's unlikely. You follow? That's hilarious. As usual, you got to subscribe to survive. This is Color Commentary. We give you views from a... Hang on a second.
Saturday morning.